long form here. Probably won't be as long as last week's picks, but what do I have to tell you? You gotta not take your foot off the gas at this time of year. It's easy to do. It's easy to fall into the fat fuck season, excuse the language, but it happens to the majority of people, right? It's the holidays. You got Thanksgiving, you got more booze, you got more sweets, you got holiday parties from work, holiday parties with friends, you got Christmas, you name it, you got it, pies, and you know I love these things too. That's the thing. I love my sweets, but I'm telling you, every time at this time of year, what do? I go harder in the gym because I know I'm going to be enjoying time. Maybe I do pack on a few more pounds, kilos, but if I'm working out harder in the gym with those calories, hey, I turn into a little bit of a bulk. And you get a little bit, perhaps you put on some muscle. And then, hey, when the holiday season comes to a close, we get back into a little bit of a mini cut. Why not, right? I just want to remind people, I think I've done this the last couple years, that this time of year is really easy to fall into bad habits and then to let those snowball. Happens all the time. So, wanted to remind you of that. What do I got for today? A lot of action, even though you got 6 teams on bye. So, give me Miami, minus the 7.5. Tampa Bay, minus 5.5. Give me Indy, getting 7.5 points. And one of my favorite picks of the year. Detroit has been crushing teams. And it's the NFL. You don't just go crush teams every single game. It's really hard to do. The NFL is really close. These teams aren't, when you start to look at teams like Detroit and Jacksonville, those teams are far apart. But Detroit and Indianapolis, not so much. And I get a touchdown with Indianapolis at home, a team that can run the ball, a team that can control the clock even, with a very good offensive line, one of the best in the league. That's why I like it. And then give me the Bears. Give me the Bears getting 3.5. Why not? Even though our coach might just end up blowing the game again. It's really disappointing, I gotta say. I didn't say anything about this. Everyone knows I'm a Bears fan, and it's just like ridiculous this year. How the year has been just absolutely, I don't know, it's not sabotaged. It's just been destroyed by bad coaching. There are 3 games this year the Bears should have definitely won. And then you could argue that in those games, and because of those games that the coach blew, I think you had games like against those games that the coach blew. Indianapolis, the Colts, they could have won that game week 3 of the season. The Hail Mary game. And then also the game just last week with that missed field goal. Instead of moving the ball up, making it more of a chip shot, you go ahead and settle for a 45-yarder. And then those games against Arizona and New England, those were games that could have been won as well. If you didn't have a team that was kind of demoralized by some bad losses. Man, so frustrating. I mean, I really think the Bears could be a 7-4, 8-3 team right now. All right, sorry, 7-3 or 8-2 team right now. I mean, it's totally possible. But hey, what are you gonna do? And then give me San Francisco getting 4.5. I know there's no Brock Purdy, but I think that they're gonna get the job done and keep it close, at least in Green Bay. The San Francisco has a lot to play for, and I think Kyle Shanahan might relish this opportunity of being able to scheme up some different stuff with a backup quarterback. Give me the Rams getting 2.5 points on Sunday Night Football against the Eagles, and then give me Baltimore going to cover out in Los Angeles in what should be a high-scoring, fun game on Monday Night Football. All right, a lot of action. Enjoy the day. Again, to go back to the first point about the holiday season, do not let the holiday season get in the way of your goals. Go make lots of, you're going to make, I should say this, you're going to make some poor decisions when it comes to the things that you're going to put into your mouth and into your belly. But why not mitigate some of those by going harder in the gym and making sure you don't feel as bad about it mentally, about those things, those decisions that you probably will inevitably end up making. All right, that's it. Have a great Sunday as we get ready for the holiday.